So we're talking about the Chinese-made AIC Model 87, based on the Winchester Model 87, designed by John Browning. This lever action shotgun is a 5+1, even though factory says it's 4+1. You can fit 5 in the tube plus 1 in the chamber. Here, you would press down this the carriage here. Load 5 in the slot, 1 right into the barrel. You can lock it closed, and then at that point you have 1 loaded, 1 would drop down below into the carriage, and it would be ready to fire. It does have a safety, a half-cock safety on the gun. Overall, enjoyed it as a shooter, and it's really no different than shooting a folding stock shotgun of sorts, a home defense shotgun. It's exactly the same length as my Mossberg 500 with a Choate stock. It wouldn't be my choice for a home defense weapon, but it is a good choice for just a fun shotgun shooting Sunday experience. So on that, we'll do a little shooting with it.
Okay, this is a close-up, a lever action, Model 87, modeled after the Winchester 87. Could be used for cowboy action shooting. And the original gun was made to shoot black powder shot shells. And this one, of course, is a new version, a remodel or a remake. This one shoots regular shot shells, but the original one shot black powder shells in 1887 when it came out. Pretty nice gun. It's got an interesting hammer. There's a hammer right there, but pretty short, easy to handle. Nice gun. Long magazine tube, easy to point, points like a rifle actually, and it wields pretty easy, so we like it. Nice gun. It's a little rough like all Chinese guns are. Does need a little work to smooth it up a little, but we can do that easy enough. And we only paid $195 for this used. So, good deal. We like it.
Where'd it hit?
I don't know. Shoot it again, let's see. Eject them all, looked like, except the last one.
Well, it's because I didn't throw the lever down. Really.
Well, let's go down and look and see.
You have to fire this thing with intention, that's for sure.
Does it kick?
No, it's not that bad. Everybody's just crying. Well, it shoots high. I'm aiming center mass, it's shooting high.
You were aiming center of mass and it spread them out high?
Yeah.
Well, yeah, but we were out 20 yards. We were out there 20 yards shooting birdshot.
I can see why factory this thing came with a leather cover, because you really got to throw this action around and...
And then you got something to protect your hand.
You know, just bought this today at the pawn shop. Walked out the door for $195.
And it's practically brand new.
Yeah, I'm not seeing any signs of wear. Mostly just jackasses playing around with it like they're Terminator. It's an IAC lever action 12 gauge shotgun, 20-inch barrel, 2 3/4 inch shell. Now it's made in China. You know, it's stamped right there on the receiver. So.
And it's a replica of an 1880s
Yeah, it's a
Winchester.
replica of a John Browning original design.
Okay, so how does this thing load?
Okay. So, like I said, it locks up. We'll fix that. So you swing the action open. And it looks like it has this feeding arm inside that you gotta press down. And then you just take the shells and pop them in, just like a normal feeding tube.
So there's a feeding tube on the bottom of the chamber, basically.
Yeah. Just like a normal, and if you had longer fingers, like I do not, it'd be easier, but I got little short fingers, so that's what we're going to deal with. You just feed them in, just like a normal feeding tube on a pump action shotgun, just a little...
Only instead of feeding them from outside underneath, you're feeding them through the open bolt.
Going right through the top. That you use the action with, and you got to really use some purpose to it. You can't just lightly swing it around. It's not like your 30-30 lever action. You got to move it.
It's not like the Henry 22.
No. It's you gotta fling this action around, and you really got to use it with purpose.
I'm trying to say it's a manly gun.
Yeah.
You got to be John Wayne with it.
Yeah.
You got to be the Terminator with it.
Yeah. Just don't start spinning it around like a jackass, and you'll be fine. All right, let's give it a try.
All right, get closer. Let's get closer.
You want to get a little closer?
Let's see. Let's get up about 7 yards or so and see what it does on there.
All right. That's about right. Last one.
Oh, well, that was pretty devastating from 7 yards. All right, here we go. Oh, look at that. The bad guy gave up before I even shot. I scared him to death. Let's fix that.
Okay.
All right, here we go again. We put the target back up. One thing that Bryce was right about, you really got to rack it to get one in there. So, and despite some of the other videos we've seen about this, it did eject that shell. So, all right, here we go. Going for the head. No, I was just a little low. Try it again. Sight right onto the head. Is that a little high? That was high, definitely. That's it. That smoke coming out of there. Fine. I was aiming for right here, but I must have gone low, and then I got up into here, got into here. So there might be one right there. That's probably one right there. It's not exactly a sniper rifle, as you've probably guessed, but it's just got straight cylinder bore, 20-inch barrel, shooting 7.5 shot bird shot, but you know, works pretty good. Sure made a mess out of that cardboard backer. Not much left of that cardboard backer. Look at that. Definitely do a job on whatever. Yeah. And if you're riding your motorcycle, you can always whip it back over your shoulder like this and shoot at the evil Terminator, right?
That's it.
Isn't this the one that the Terminator was using?
Yes. Was missing the stock on it.
So if you're as good as the Arnold, you can whip it back, you know. Besides that, it fits really good on a Harley, right? So if you got a Harley, you probably need one of these, right? So you go riding down the highway with one of these on the back of your Harley.
And fat chick.
Get away with that everywhere. You might want to check that if you're in some of the more liberal states. But maybe in Arizona, you get away with it. But Utah, maybe. But anyway.
Go ahead. Finish this up. We've got 3 more shots in here. Give it a go. So this last one always seems to sit on top. Now we were watching a video earlier where some guys are having some problems with the shell extracting, and it seems like every time we've used this, the only time it has not extracted this shell was on the last shot. So I'm sure for safety they were using just one shot at a time through the gun. That might have been part of the problem, but you know, every gun's got its own characteristics, and we just might have got a decent one. So.
All right, let's look at the target. Okay, that headshot and that center shot, were you aiming, trying to get that headshot there?
Yeah, that's where I was going.
So you're at about 7 yards or so.
Well, it definitely works.
Yep.
You know, it's an excellent coach gun.
Yep. Yep. There's the other. There's all the other shots are right there.
Yeah, it's a nice shooter.
Yeah.
It's a
Seems like it
compact
works.
gun. It's nice and you know, it's just good looking. It's very streamlined. I really like how the wood grips. A split, 2 on each side, doesn't wrap around. It's very basic. It has great lines to it. I think it's a very good looking piece.
Yeah, nice gun.
Yeah, just needs a little work to get it running real smooth. It's, you know, like I said earlier, I wouldn't be willing to replace my Mossberg 500 yet for my home defense shotgun, but it's definitely a fun Sunday shooter, and that's what we bought it for.
Yep. Yep. And this is Sunday, so it's a Sunday shooter.
Sunday shooter.
Sunday after meeting shooter.
Yep.
All right. Well, we'll sign off. Gonna say see you later.
See you later.